Thank you for staying tuned to Ebru Africa. This morning, I'm Cherotich. Kenei. This is the business segment. We'll kickstart things off with matters Libya. Now, the U.S. is taking control of a tanker full of oil loaded from a rebel-held port in Libya. The raid by the Navy SEALs took place in international waters off the coast of Cyprus. Libya's Prime Minister Ali Zidane was dismissed by Parliament last week after the commercial tanker Morning Glory evaded a naval blockade to leave the rebel-held port.
No one was hurt when U.S. forces, at the request of both the Libyan and Cypriot governments, boarded and took control of the commercial tanker Morning Glory, a stateless vessel seized earlier this month by 3 armed Libyans. Libyan rebels controlling 3 oil export ports said over the weekend they were ready to negotiate with the government over ending their 6-month blockade if Tripoli abandoned plans for military offensive. Libyan officials on Wednesday gave the armed protesters 2 weeks to clear the ports they have seized or face a military strike. Pro-government and rebel forces clashed briefly this week in central Sia city, linking western and eastern Libya. The rebels, who are calling for a greater share in the OPEC nation's oil wealth, managed last week to load oil onto a tanker which escaped the Libyan Navy.
Moving on to matters east now in Pakistan. As Pakistan grapples with crippling energy crisis, people in one corner of Kashmir have taken matters into their own hands, using small-scale turbines to generate electricity from streams and rivers. Now, Cleaner Air slammed the measures as too little, too late.
Waterfalls as far as the eye can see. The waters of Pakistan's Kashmir region flow with such force that locals decided to put it to use to produce electricity.
This machine was installed with a share from 50 families, which cost us 300,000 rupees. We started this small hydro scheme as we needed it. We only get light from it and no other electric appliances. We start this turbine at 3 in the afternoon and switch it off the next day at 8 a.m.
Pakistan is in the grip of one of the worst energy crises of its history, and some areas are simply excluded from the national grid, like half of this valley. So the villagers turn to these homemade turbines to transform their daily lives.
When we had no electricity, there was always smoke, as we use wood for heating and cooking, which causes diseases. Since we installed this project, thanks be to God, we have gotten rid of these diseases and gained other benefits.
But this isn't enough to supply everyone. Every year, Kashmir's forests are gradually cut down to provide wood to burn.
Cutting down trees is a big loss. Using wood for heating and cooking causes health problems. If the hydel is promoted and new projects are set up, it will fulfill all the requirements of the people, like cooking and heating, and it will save the cutting down of green trees.
Kashmir has a huge potential for hydroelectric power, but at the moment, dams like these are only producing just over 10% of their capacity. The electricity generated goes to the grid, and not much is left for the people who live here.
All the beauty of the Neelam Valley is dependent upon these forests, these streams, this neat and clean water, and this can only be sustained if we are giving them the clean energy, which is the hydel energy.
The local government has promised a large-scale dam, slated to be finished by 2016. While they wait for projects and investment to arrive, the people of Kashmir will have to rely on themselves.
Finally, Syria's fabled desert Greco-Roman oasis of Palma saw its last tourists in September 2011. This is 6 months after the uprising began. Now, endless violence and looting has totally destroyed the region's tourism sector.
Ancient Palmyra now bears the scars of modern warfare, but also greed in the form of pillaged tombs. The UNESCO-listed Pearl of the Desert World Heritage Site in Homs province, just over 130 miles northeast of Damascus, was one of the most important cultural centers of the ancient world.
When the gunmen entered the city, tourism stopped. Before that, business was very good. Tourists used to come in the thousands. Restaurants and hotels had very good business. I couldn't go to my farm, but thanks to the efforts of the army, they protected us from the terrorists.
It retains its majesty today despite the tall columned temple of Baal suffering damage after a fire exchange between rebels and forces loyal to President Bashar al-Assad.
At least 5,000 people worked in the tourism industry with their families. They worked in the hotels, restaurants, the tours, and as street vendors. All this business has stopped now.
في الباعة الجوالة وبعض الأعمال السياحية والخيم السياحية والجولات في المناطق الصحراوية بيقوم بها مع السائحين.
The Hellenistic building's eastern wall, its most imposing, now bears whitened slashes where the stone has been gorged by shell blast. Mortar fire has damaged one entrance and its lintel resting on 8 columns with fluted shafts. The perimeter wall has been damaged in several places. The Corinthian capitals of 3 pillars of the colonnade to the south of the temple have crashed to the ground.
Some thieves couldn't smuggle antiquities out of Syria during the crisis, so they hid them in the secret places. These collections of artifacts have been found hidden under the floor of a house in Palmyra. The authorities had found them and brought them to the National Museum.
The legendary Zonobi Palace Hotel, built on the site by a French adventurer in the 1920s and named after Palmyra's famous queen, is a ransacked and half-burnt shell.
That story brings an end to our bulletin today, but join us shortly for more on Ebru Africa this morning with Table Talk. Newline Limited, your one-stop shop for elegant and comfortable office furniture. Newline responds to your expectations for office furniture in a modern language. We offer a 5-year warranty period including unit transfers within Nairobi. For more information, visit our showroom at Chester House, Lotus Street, Nairobi. Newline Limited, your success partner. Professional makeup.
Does your exterior complement your interior? Everyone needs a home that is inspired by nature. At Yenbo Limited, we offer durable, energy efficient and affordable UPVC windows in attractive colors. Visit us at Wall Street Business Park of Mombasa Road. Yenbo UPVC windows, your desire, our challenge.
Newline Limited, we offer current, stylish, state-of-the-art kitchen and wardrobe appliances tailored to suit your preference. We offer unit transfers within Nairobi. Let your kitchen stand out today by visiting us at Chester House, Lotus Street. Your comfort and satisfaction comes first. Floma, professional makeup.